2025. And they did that as a reciprocal measure. They made it very clear. They did that because of this government's interference in the internal affairs of an independent and sovereign republic. Sudan has for decades ranked among Kenya's top 4 tea export destinations, historically importing in the order of 35 million kilograms annually, valued at approximately $70 million. The abruptness of the ban caught the trade in mid-motion. Tea, worth more than $23 million, was left stranded along the supply chain, including 207 40-foot containers held at the port of Mombasa, with the attendant demurrage, warehousing, and financing costs falling squarely on our exporters and ultimately on our farmers. The ripple effect of this ban has been felt well beyond the tea sector itself. A closed market of this scale depresses prices at the Mombasa auction, widens the glut in a market already contending with softer demand from other traditional destinations, and erodes the foreign exchange earnings. The tea, historically one of our top 3 export commodities, brings into the country that is at least $20 million per week. It threatens bonus payments to farmers, strains the cash flow of processors and factories and the Kenya Tea Development Agency and private millers alike, and in aggregate weakens the very foreign exchange base on which our shilling, our import bill, and our debt servicing obligations depend. When a market of Sudan's size closes overnight, the shock travels from the auction floor here in Mombasa to the family budget in Kericho within a single trading cycle. This is precisely small and medium enterprises and cooperative structures that anchor our tea, our coffee, and our horticultural value chains. A Kenya that earns more from what it already grows is a Kenya better placed to lower the cost of living, create jobs, and stabilize its currency without punishing ordinary families through fresh taxation. On taxation, I gather, for example, that every container coming into Mombasa by the county government, they have to pay 7,000 shillings before they are placed in the warehouse. And when the same container moves to the seaport, they also pay 500 shillings. Look at that cost. That's why I keep on saying Kenya is the most overtaxed nation anywhere in the world. We're overtaxed by the central government, if you like, the national government, and even our devolved units. And we can maybe begin to understand why Kenyans are feeling poor. Do you know that over 20 million Kenyans now, in the last 1 or 2 years, have fallen below the poverty line? I wish to thank the leadership of IATA for their frankness and for the confidence they have placed in this engagement. We will engage President Buhari's government and tell him our foreign policy orientation has always been to support peace engagement, but not to allow the port of Mombasa to be the entry point for arms destined for Darfur, for Sudan, through Mombasa. This is what this Ruto administration has actually been doing, and therefore creating enemies for ordinary Kenyans who would otherwise want to have good neighborliness and within the framework of our regional organizations. Sudan is a member of IGAD, Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Development. We wanted to give it by talking about Intergovernmental Authority on Development. This is why we worked within that framework to bring peace in southern Sudan and in Somalia. And this is what William Ruto's administration is doing destroying everything that was making this country an attraction to the region. Now we are seeing as an enemy nation. Our tea farmers and traders deserve a government and a leadership that will stand in the gap for them in every capital and every embassy where the interests are at stake. And I will continue to do so without hesitation. This visit is part of a wider, deliberate program of sector engagements that I will be undertaking countrywide in the coming weeks and months. We are working smart, very smart. We are working smart and very hard with farmers, traders, manufacturers, and investors alike. And remember, people of great city county of Mombasa, that we have now started the countdown to the next election. This is why my tone will definitely be changing on a daily basis to make William Ruto one term, because he doesn't deserve a second term if he can ruin our tea industry the way he has done it. As we build the case for the practical production-led recovery that this country needs, I will keep engaging, I will keep listening, and I will keep pressing Kenya's case wherever it needs to be pressed. God bless Kenya. God bless all of us. People of Mombasa, asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha. Tumeingia pwani. Pwani kuingia ni rahisi sana, kutoka ni matanga, lakini tuko tu. We'll also be attending the Law Society Conference, which is an annual event held every time in the southern coast in Diani. But we'll also be engaging in the next few days with the people of Coast Province. Originally the Coast Province. But we know these people, like other people in every part of the corner, are shouting, Ruto must go. And Ruto is one term. Nyinyi muko one term? Muko one term? Hebu tuone one term. One term. One term. Asanteni sana. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We want actually to see the flow of the auction. These days, since COVID in 2020, they went digital. So we are told brokers in Rwanda, the Rwanda tea apparently is doing better than our tea at the auction. So I think Kenyans also need to understand. And I've challenged the leadership of this association to imagine Bwana Omunga went to Dubai. And in Dubai they were saying they have the largest auction for tea, where they're handling, is it 90 million?
65 million.
65 million kilograms of tea. And Mombasa has been handling 900 million kilograms of tea. So this should be the center of the world, not Dubai. So we must continue thinking hard and working smart. That's why I've always entertained the thought of a free port in Mombasa in order to bring Dubai to Mombasa. Watu wawache kwenda huko Dubai, wakuje huku kwetu. Madam Senator, unasikia? Ni Senator ama ni Women Rep? Mama Women Rep, asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I want to say something, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much.